Weight loss is great, but keeping it off is fantastic. And so as a physician, when you look at any weight loss program, and you look at the medical literature, I don't care which diet they chose to use or weight loss program. After 2 years, 98% gain all that weight back and more. So the last thing New Age RX wanted to do was to go ahead and have another diet that's going to fail 98% of the time. And so what it happens is people should say to themselves, well, why don't diets work? Because they don't. Everybody out there knows that. The yo-yo dieters, they've been on every diet in the book. But what happens is it's a short-term solution for a long-term problem. So when my patients come in to me and say to me, oh, Dr. Strand, I'm going on such and such a weight loss program. Well, the idea is if they're going on a weight loss program, somewhere in the future, they're going to be coming off that program. And that's what we want. We don't want. So what people have to, the very first thing I want to say, this is not a diet or a weight loss management program. These are healthy lifestyles that I want everybody to firmly establish for the rest of their life, because then they maintain their healthy weight for the rest of their life. And this is the goal. This is what excites me as a physician when they came in, oh, Dr. Strand, I followed your program, or I went through Slender X or Slender Eyes, and oh, I lost the weight, but I've kept it off for 4 years or 5 years. So that to me is the first thing I wanted to point. This is not a diet or weight management program. These are healthy lifestyles that we want to continue our entire life. But I also recommend to my patients a modest, consistent exercise program, which may be simply walking 30 minutes, 5 days a week. You don't have to be a superstar. But I also recommend what I call cellular nutrition. And what is cellular nutrition? It's taking nutritional supplements that provide all of the essential nutrients at their optimal or advanced levels. Now, how do I define that? Those are the levels that have been shown in our medical literature to provide a health benefit. And it is critical in weight loss, but it's critical in health also. So cellular nutrition, well, what do you have to do? If you look at my books or you look at anything, it's 2 pages of nutrients people should be taking each and every day. Well, jeepers, I'm not going to take 40, 50 pills. So New Age RX, through looking at the worldwide medical literature, much like I did to write my books, put together the optimals, which is Optimal V and Optimal M, which is all providing cellular nutrition. So they looked at each individual study, looking at the levels of nutrients that are needed to provide those optimal levels and the health benefits we're seeing in the medical literature. So my patients simply take 3 Optimal V and 2 Optimal M in the morning with breakfast and again later in the day or with an evening meal. And wallow, they have got cellular nutrition because New Age RX put it together to make it simple for myself, my patients, my family, and for you. I mean, this is a super food. I mean, it's all balanced. There's a synergy because we put it all together. It's not one nutrient or 2 or you're trying. We put it all together. There are 25 plus antioxidants that work in different areas of the body against different free radicals. And they have the so-called antioxidant minerals with it, along with the B cofactors, the B vitamins that are essential so all the antioxidants can work at their optimal level. Well, there's a synergy that occurs by taking the optimals. And so vitamin E is the best antioxidant within the cell membrane. Vitamin C is the best antioxidant within the blood or plasma. So vitamin E in the cell membrane, vitamin C, glutathione is that best antioxidant within the cell itself. But they all need the so-called antioxidant minerals and the B cofactors to do their job. But what a lot of people do not realize is that when you take vitamin C, it replenishes the vitamin E, so it can be used over and over and over again. The optimals also include the alpha lipoic acid, which is another important antioxidant that can actually regenerate the intercellular glutathione. So it can be used over and over again. That's synergy. And so why I'm explaining this is that all of a sudden, 1 + 1 is not 2, it becomes 10, 20, 30. And what happens is people feel better, they're being nourished, but they start eating better. They don't crave. And one thing I learned is when you get rid of all this processed food and you start eating the whole fruits and vegetables, the whole nuts, legumes, and grains, all of a sudden your natural appetite comes down. Don't sell your health to the lowest bidder. It just, you get what you pay for. We've heard that. But the other thing is you are not going to get what I recommend, what is the optimal levels in one capsule or one tablet a day. The one-a-days are based on RDA levels. Those levels have never been shown to provide a health benefit. All they do is prevent what we call acute deficiency diseases like pellagra, scurvy, rickets. They don't do anything for optimal health. So what has happened is quality is key. For example, I'm going to just use just a couple. We have looked at every nutrient. Deanna Latson and I, when we first joined RX New Age, what we did is we looked at every nutrient and looked at our worldwide medical literature. You have to have these levels to get the health benefits we see in the medical literature. But beyond that, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, is, yeah, it's there, but we use ascorbates. They're 5 times more potent than vitamin C. We use grapeseed extract. We don't get it anywhere. We get it from Mendina out of Italy, and it is twice as expensive as the next best, but they test for over 350 different pollutants, toxic substances before they send it to our manufacturing to be used. The next best company only looks at 33, and they're half the price. So we don't look at price. We don't. We are looking at your health. And that is why people can take the Optimals or any of our products, because they're all basically done the same way, and see a difference. Now, granted, if you want to get the cheapest, go for it, but you'll never see the difference. And I see it in my medical practice. I've done this for 25 years. And I have to have quality. And the quality starts with the raw products, like I mentioned, and that they're high quality, they're absorbable, and they're potent. The second thing I need is manufacturing quality. Well, it's not just that you go to pharmaceutical grade raw products, but that you want the company to be FDA registered. What does that mean? That they actually go in, the FDA is allowed to come in, they're not required, and look at all their manufacturing processes and their raw products and say, yes, you're doing everything like you said. The third thing is, I want our manufacturing facility, which is true with New Age RX, to be able to manufacture also over-the-counter drugs. That means it's the highest standard of manufacturing. Now, a lot of companies will claim quality, this and that, but what they won't do is turn it over to third-party labs to actually test their products. In fact, there's only a handful that will, because they know they're not there. RX turns it over to USP and NSF, and they turn it over to Consumer Lab. And so we know every nutrient has been studied, that what we say is on the bottle is in the capsule. So we can guarantee potency and guarantee what you get. No one else does that. Well, we're not leaving it in, because that's what we're in the business. We're in the business to protect your health, and your healthy weight is part of a healthy lifestyle. If you want to lose weight and maintain it, is to take cellular nutrition along with eating a healthy diet and exercise.